them here young at St Helens. Matt Gidley here casting his eye over some of the local youngsters as part of their community scheme, and it's the strength of local youth through their academy that St Helens hope will improve their fortunes and finally get their hands back on the Super League trophy.
Looking to have a successful season. I think we didn't do too bad in 2009. Looking to progress some of the younger guys and looking to win as many games as possible.
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. We've, I mean, the pre-season has been a little bit disrupted with the weather, but I guess all teams are in the same boat. But no, we've got a few quality additions to our squad, so you know, we're looking forward to getting started.
Yeah, tell me about those players. How are they fitting in?
They're great. I mean, we've signed Steve Soliola from the Sydney Roosters, who is a New Zealand international. So I mean, he's been fantastic in training so far, and you know, looking forward to playing alongside him. And we've got Nick Fozzard back from Hull KR, so you know, he's wonderful to have back. It's like he's never left us, so he's great. And we've got Scott Moore back from Huddersfield as well. So yeah, looking forward to having those three boys.
We did have quite a number of younger players come into the squad, and quite a few of them got more games than probably were expected, given what we had. And I think they scratched up pretty good, and you know, it's something to look forward to this year.
Tell me about your squad, new faces that you've got for this season. How are they fitting in?
The only overseas new face is Steve Soliola, and he's going very well. He's fitted on very well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play. And as you would have seen him play for New Zealand, he's a good defender. He's a quality attacker, and he'll add some value to our team. And we've brought in a couple of young guys, Lee Gaskell and Jack Bradbury. Hopefully they'll help us out through the year at some stage.
And he had a fantastic season last year, Scott Moore, and a versatile sort of player, you kind of think, and he might need that versatility throughout the season. Yeah,
he is. I mean, we've got three great hookers now in the club, and Scott showed last year by playing the majority of the year with Huddersfield. You know, it was fantastic for him. Played under another good coach, Nathan Brown, who was a hooker himself, so I'm sure Scott got plenty out of it.
Tell me about the season ahead. I mean, who do you think are going to be the teams to challenge yourselves and Leeds at the top?
I mean, I think Warrington. I think they've recruited quite well as well, and obviously got a good coach in Tony Smith. I think Wigan, with their new coach, will come over and certainly stamp his authority on them as well. So those teams, and I think Hull, of course, you know, have recruited really well. You know, obviously with Sean Long going over there, he'll direct them around the park. But they've got, you know, guys like Craig Fitzgibbon as well, and Mark O'Mealy from the NRL. So they've got some experienced campaigners over there as well.
There's been a lot of exciting recruitment going on, none more so than Sean Long, and that's a fantastic opening game, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. And being back home, I mean, I'm sure Longy probably prefers it that way, to come over here and get it over and done with. But he certainly knows this place like the back of his hand, and you know, he'll be able to have a big game in his first game for Hull.
You've got options at number 9 as well, with Scott Moore coming back.
Yeah, Scott's a versatile player. He can play lock, 7 as well as 9. So we've got some versatility there, and I think every squad needs that sort of versatility to make sure you've got the best possible team out every week.
Yeah, that seems to be the key. Speaking to so many coaches, they want a fit and healthy, you know, 18, 19 players to choose from across all the positions, and if you can do that, then you stand a chance in this competition. Yeah,
I think you're a better chance if you don't get injuries, you're a massive chance. But if you do get injuries, but you've got cover there, I think that does give you a better, you know, probably a better comfort, better feeling that you're going to be more competent in each game. Having those versatile players sometimes again works against the player, but most of the time it's good to have that value there.
St Helens are used to winning things. How difficult was last season for you, and presumably the fans? It was difficult for them as well, because they're used to having something to show at the end of the season, aren't they?
Yeah, we got pipped in both competitions, in the semi-final against Huddersfield, and then we got pipped in the grand final against Leeds. And as you get closer in all those bigger matches, you know, the stakes are higher, and the anguish or the exhilaration is higher. And you know, we're unfortunate in the grand final not to do just a little better. And you know, I'm hoping the players can take something away from that, even though it's 3 years in a row that's happened to them. But again, they've had a little bit of success in the Challenge Cup, and you know, the players are even more determined this year.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to certainly hopefully getting to the bigger games, and you know, and going one better this year. We understand it's a long season, and we need to start the season well and get some momentum, and you know, obviously earn the right to play in September. And hopefully get to October this year and change the result this time.
Most of the players, I don't think, need that motivation itself. I think they're all driven within their own way, and they all want to do the best they possibly can. And you know, that's a long way off grand finals and Challenge Cup finals. They've got a lot of work to do before they even come up.
Obviously, Leeds and Saints are the teams to beat, and that's what everyone from all the other clubs says. Who are the clubs do you think to look out for this season?
I think Bradford are recruited very well, and I think they'll do very well with Matt Alford there at halfback, and they've strengthened their forward pack. Also, Warrington, I think, are sleeping giants. They've recruited very well and some big name players over a period of a few years, and I think if they can, not have too many injuries, they'll be a very successful team.
And Tony Smith, obviously, it's his first full season in charge, and obviously he's done similar things at Leeds, awakened a sleeping giant.
Yeah, he's certainly got some ability as a coach, and with quality personnel there, it certainly makes your job easier, and he'll definitely help them out, and they'll whichever team's playing them that week, they'll be worried.
I'm going to ask you about your first game against Hull, and obviously someone who'll be starring for Hull, we would have thought throughout the season, is Sean Long.
Yeah, I hope Longy doesn't have one of his better games. We'll certainly welcome him back to Knowsley Road, but when he's in a different colour shirt, it'll be a different proposition for the crowd and the fans, and we know what Sean can do, and I hope he's just not on his game at Knowsley Road on the 7th or 6th of July, 6th of February, whatever it is.
I mean, for the person who replaces Sean on a long-term basis, that is some pair of boots to fill, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Kyle Eastman will get first crack there, and he's wearing the number 7 shirt at the moment, and I think he's got a lot of potential. He's got plenty of speed, and he's got a good kicking game, and I don't think that the fans will expect perfection out of Kyle to start with, but he'll work his way into the jumper, and we expect good things from Kyle.
It's very rare for St Helens to end the season without a trophy, but it happened in 2009. Their coach and players are determined it won't happen again, and it all starts for them with that mouth-watering tie against Hull and Sean Long here at the GPW Recruitment Stadium.